She embarrassed you a couple times about
She
something.
tried to. Yeah. Well, what happened was I would I'd go to the academy day. So in order to stay awake, I would do it and I'd try to get my mother done before she could ask for again. That's how to stay awake. So
You used to prop your book up and kind of get behind it and sleep. Yeah, you were the one doing that. I wasn't that slick. I just fell right on her.
So what she started doing was, she did Roberson. She would ask me to put the last problem on the board because she didn't have it.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what happened? I always got right.
I remember when she was trying to get you.
She'd get me every time, and I always got right. It's like I was say, in your face.
Yeah. She was a good teacher, though. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of it under her. I mean, oh yeah, definitely that. But I mean, she made you do your work. Most teachers didn't care less. Miss Lewis, man.
I would have taken
Yeah, I went to church with her. She kind of liked me, so he never read. Her style was Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I got a hold of Beth. I called Beth. It was weird. I went through a lot of trouble because, I mean, it went through so much trouble. I had to go to my ex-wife to get a number of somebody to see. I don't know if y'all remember going to Janet's side. Yeah. Janet introduced me to my first wife because Janet went to Roberson 1 year, our senior year. She'd gone to Enloe High School in Raleigh for 3 years, and she was best friends with my first wife. So when I went to stay, she came and introduced us one time. Well, long since divorced and all that. Nobody knew Beth Ushery's number. Jackie didn't know it. Becky Crandall didn't know it. Sally didn't know it. Nobody knew how to get in touch with Beth Ushery. She lives in Greenville, South Carolina.
Going up there for Bruce if you...
Like a night. What was weird about it, I had called for about 2 hours that night. And every conversation I had, I must have had 20 conversations extremely positive with a bunch of people. And I was thinking, this is going to be my last call, and I was feeling pretty good. Hey, man, I've really done some good work on my list. And I called this one up. And I go, Beth, this is Kenny Treese. How are you doing? And it was like dead silence. And I go, Beth, this is Kenny Treese. I went to high school with you at T.C. Roberson. She goes, yeah. It's going to be on July the 10th, Beth. Your address is such and such. Such, is that correct? And she said, yeah. I said, nice talking with you. See you later.
That was it, huh?
That really killed me. That was it. The girl said maybe she grunted maybe like 3 syllables.
What was Steve Chapman's girl?
Now, Steve would have liked to have been here. Steve was strictly work. He's a surgeon in the Air Force, and, you know, he's probably low on the rank, so he probably gets the crappy hours, you know, and all that. So, you know, his was probably legitimate. Centerville, Ohio. Wherever that's at.
I don't work.
But no, Steve would have loved to have been here. He just up against it, you know, between the old rock and the hard place. Oh, Green, yeah. You look at me, Greg. I know he's remarried. Steve was married his second marriage. Man, they got me in a lot of trouble, man. I was like the all-American boy. I should have stayed hanging out with David. So what happens? I regressed or digressed.
Yeah, right.
They got me off that divergent path, you know.
Yeah, you see, you could have been in the major leagues or something.
I know, I could have been somebody, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could have been a contender.
Everything you got today is what we taught you.
Exactly. Everything that I don't have today.
Real scary, isn't it?
It's a scary thought. Being tutored by these 3 guys, you wouldn't believe these guys.
Oh, yeah, I would.
This is New Prodigy. What's that
I'm
word?
just at the right age to pick that kind of stuff up.
Be influenced easily.
Gosh. Hey, man.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, remember some of the camp out parties we used to have in the Murphy's backyard? God, we used to have a blast. Oh, God. And he had a great backyard. It was huge, man. It was like a football field. And we used to pitch our tents back there and just...
When we stole that out lumber and built the raft we're going to put on the lake, we never did it. We just camp out in it and steal lumber. We walked across the street, steal lumber, and building this shack thing right across the street. I knew where the lumber was going.
There was one guy, though. There was one guy in Oak Forest.
We weren't too bright back then.
He's a wimp, man. He's a wimp. We ought to get him on the phone. We ought to call him right now and just all get on the phone long distance. Rick Tate, he's a wimp. You're a wimp, Rick. I hope you get this video. You're a wimp. No, but all four of us were in Oak Forest basically. But there's one guy in Oak Forest who could put all of us to shame collectively.
That's what he told me.
When it comes to raising
The
immortal
management has
hell.
it disconnected.
Who?
Disconnected.
No, Sam could. Sam was in his own way, but he was older. Do you know who I'm talking about? The wildest guy that I've ever known. He lived in Oak Forest.
Who's that?
Don Johnson. That was one crazy. He was one wild dude. He was one wild cat, boy.
Who?
Donald Johnson. He was an accident waiting to happen. That guy, it was, balls to the wall, man, with that guy. It was crazy.
Kenny, where you living now? I'm not listening to
I
that.
don't even know, man. I'm homeless.
You know when he shot me, he ended up in jail.
He did?
Yeah.
The last time I saw him, he was on his 6th marriage. He was in his early 30s. He was into his 6th marriage.
He was always trying to pull a
That makes it serious.
I've had two. Does that mean I have like a medium problem? I've had two. Donald was funny, but he was so crazy that you might get hurt fooling about it.
Like Kathy James does. I always thought she was dangerous to be around.
Anything for a thrill, man. I heard she died 2 years ago of cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer, yeah. I heard that tonight.